Yo, 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 yo. Yo, yo. What's good with it? It's the homie Mac. Music, art, culture, knowledge. Each one teach one. Peace and love. Reporting live from the Dogon. You know what it is. Thumbs up, give me the likes. Thumbs up, give me the likes. Real quick, man. This is a session of Mac Minutes. I feel like there's a lot of propaganda going on as far as imagery, division, separation, disrespect. Some really funky dialectics are going on right now between black men and black women. I wanted to curate this YouTube channel to be unique and not just follow every hot topic. I wanted there to be a culture of uniqueness, of integrity here. And I kind of always thought it was commonplace to talk about black male and black female, black men, black women's interactions. I thought that was very typical. But just seeing the amount of slander and division amongst black men and black women, like, I gotta say something. Specifically, I want to talk about love and relationships. My parents were married for over 44 years. They built an empire from the ground up. They filled in the gaps for each other. They were supportive of one another. They showed me that marriage is a team sport. There's a lot of selflessness that is involved with marriage. It's not about you, per se. Everyone has to step out of their comfort zone. Both parties must understand that love is an act of service. To love is an act of service. So to be selfish, that doesn't suffice. At least not in any healthy working relationship. And this division between black men and black women that's been perpetuated has been a thing since the antebellum South, and prior to that, the slavery. Well, I guess slavery was a part of the antebellum South, so I don't want to make a distinction. But antebellum South, there always has been. I mean, my thing is, black love has to be revolutionary. Black love must be revolutionary. Black love must be powerful, because it just seems like there's always been an attempt to break it asunder. There's always been an attempt to mitigate it. There's always been an attempt to just completely obliterate it. And it's like, why is that? Like, black men and black women loving each other, not only in a romantic sense, but just in a communal sense, and having each other's back. Like, why has that been such a threat to the power structure? And maybe it's a threat because they know how powerful we are. Maybe we just aren't self-actualized. Well, not maybe. We're not collectively self-actualized, self-realized enough to realize the depths of who we are and our power. It's like Dr. John Henry Clark said, if you knew how powerful you were, you wouldn't beg for freedom. You wouldn't beg to not be oppressed. You'd walk out of it. You'd create something new. But yeah, just the things that I see on social media, this the between the red pillars and the uber black feminists, the ones that are really quick to scream massage noir. Not saying that phrase does not have merit, but there's just so much. It's like this black male, black female infinity war going on. There's just gender infinity war. Like, Thanos is just snapping. And it's disheartening, because when you know about our history, you know that there has been a very protracted, concentrated effort to keep us divided. It sucks when you realize, like, nothing is new. The tactics aren't new. The end game is still the same. Black division, and I want to take my eyes off the power structure and I want to take my eyes off of outside influences that are trying to keep us separated. I want to just talk about how we deal with one another. You can say it's in proximity or it's a reverberation of white supremacy. I get it. But we have to take ownership over our minds, our hearts, our thoughts, our bodies, and do better by each other as black men and black women. I'm not finger pointing. There is no saintly side of it. Black men have done terrible things to black women. And conversely, black women have done terrible things to black men. I feel like we don't value one another like we should. We don't see one another as assets. I feel like we see one another as something. We look at each other as a means to an end. And my thing is, love can't germinate in that type of ecosystem. You know, if as a man you're thinking, okay, I can get things out of her, I can manipulate her, I can get sex out of her, I can even get money out of her, I can get resources out of her, I can manipulate and control her to my own end. You have men that are thinking like that, and then on the flip side, you have women who are thinking, what can I get from him? How can I control him? What can I manipulate? What can I twist and contort? What mind games can I play with this man to get what I want? You know, I've encountered some black women who have actually said, you know, they were taught to look at a man ultimately as nothing more than a resource. You know, if you go on a date with a man, you better not come home broke. You better have a man that'll pay this bill or take care of this or take care of that. You know, and I've seen some guys in response to that are just like, man, ain't nobody out here really trying to build nothing for real. Everybody's just out here using each other. You know, then I've seen guys, you know, a lot of black men that may have a rotation and they feel like, you know, I can get certain things from this woman, I can get certain things from this other woman. I'm going to just move around and have fun. But my thing is like, how long are you going to live like that, bro? How long are you going to live like that, sis? Like, I've encountered so many people that are approaching 40 and they're like, where has the time gone? Oh my goodness, I realized like I actually want a companion. I want someone I can talk to. I want someone who can, you know, be my rock and be my peace as need be. You know? And it's like, why aren't we valuing these things? I feel like our value system is very myopic, it's very short-sighted, it's very carnal-minded. You know, it's not rooted in anything of infinite lasting value. It's just, I can get this from her. I can get this from him. I'm a player. I'm going to finesse these niggas. Like, it's ugly. And the thing is, I'm wondering, like, in the midst of this ongoing gender war, the younger generation of black kids, the young black kids that are, like, in middle school, high school, some of them have never seen black love. They have never seen genuine black love. The most healthy interaction they've seen between black women and black men has probably been Black Panther, Wakanda. Not in their day-to-day lived experiences. And I think that's tragic because the narrative just starts off wrong. You know, I feel like we don't necessarily look at one another as allies or assets into one another. We just look at, again, something that can be controlled, used, and manipulated to our own end. And again, love cannot germinate in that type of ecosystem. I feel like even the advice that I've been given about women, it was always from the standpoint of, you know they're going to try to get you. Better be careful. These hoes ain't loyal. These hoes play mind games. You know, so it's like the love scene isn't even ripe to grow and evolve. It's like you feel like you're behind enemy lines. You're sleeping with the enemy, literally. And that narrative needs to shift. I think one thing you can do to safeguard yourself as a black man and as a black woman from the BS is to have a set code, have values that ultimately is your core and your foundation. And if this person is missing the mark, you got to cut them off. You got to cut them off. Snip. I know that was corny. Thumbs up, give me the likes. Thumbs up, give me the likes. You got to cut them off. And I just feel like if the people around you aren't making you better, like if your partner, the person you're dealing with, if they are not, my mother used to always tell me, R.I.P. Mom, marry the woman that you are passionate about. Marry the woman who you want to see her do amazing things. You want to pour into her. You care about her, every fiber of her existence. You want her to be her best, highest successful self. If you don't have a passion for somebody, you don't need to be with them. You know? But at the same time, it can't even just be that. Like, you guys have to both be pouring into one another. Life is hard. Life is hard. And anyone who's in your immediate circumference, that, again, is your partner, y'all need to be making each other's lives better and easier. If those things aren't happening, y'all need to let each other go. I mean, what's the saying? I can do bad all by myself. But yeah, I don't need a co-conspirator in pain, and destruction. But yeah, I think black boys and black girls, we need to the paradigm that needs to be implemented, I guess, or imputed, fomented in their minds is realizing that family is a power base. Building something real, building a foundation, having creating a space for there to be a strong family structure. It pushes our race. It individually pushes us forward, and then collectively it pushes our race forward. You know, as a people. I'm reading a book right now. It's called Developing Positive Self-Images and Self-Esteem, High Self-Esteem. Developing Positive Images and Self-Esteem and Discipline in Black Children. And one of the things that they talk about is the family unit. You know? And I just think the bottom line is some of us have never seen a good example. We're trying to become the men and women that we've never seen. You know, and it's hard. But I just think we have to break the mold. We have to be kind, patient, loving, understanding of one another. Not foolish, but, you know, understanding within reason. Yeah, I just feel like you can't be serious talking about you love your black skin and you love your black self and your melanin is popping, but you don't see beauty in your reflection. How can you sit here as a black man? How can you sit here as a black woman and just be like, I see nothing when I see a black man, or conversely when I see a black woman? I see nothing. You know, I think that's a dangerous narrative, and I'm seeing it perpetuated. And my thing is, you know, if you happen to find somebody of another race, okay. But when you go into this mindset thinking, you know, dialectically thinking, black men bad, white men, other races good, or you're collectively thinking black women bad, white women, women of other races good, there's some programming that you have been subjected to. You know, because again, you should always be able to see beauty in your reflection. I just had to comment on this because the stuff I'm saying, it's like, I think people, relationship goals entails, you know, trips to Dubai, matching t-shirts, photo ops, catchphrases. That's not gifts. That's not love. Those can be like the perks of love, you know, a reverberation of love, but that's not love within itself. Again, it goes back to having a passion for somebody. It goes back to being supportive, loving, a team player. Not being selfish, being giving of yourself, not being selfish. And I think a lot of people aren't cut for that. You know, when I think about my father, I mean, my mother became terminally ill, and to the point where she couldn't wipe herself, and to the point where she couldn't walk. My dad essentially became a caretaker. Nobody taught my dad how to do that. You know, and I remember I remember like just looking in his face, and he just seemed so despondent. Like, I love your mother, but you know, it's just I'm tapped out. Like, I'm tired. Like, I'm drained. And at the same time, he said, "But I married your mother for better or for worse, so I have to serve her." A lot of us aren't thinking like that. A lot of us are just very. I don't know if it's just the Instagram era. I guess I don't know. People, I feel like, are very self-absorbed. I feel like they feel like everything should serve them. That they should be able to receive, take, but they don't want to give nothing. And honestly, a lot of us probably don't need to be married because a lot of us aren't built for it. Just to keep it a buck. Extremely entitled and selfish, self-centered. Love don't work like that. But just muse over some of the things I said and self-reflect. Look in the mirror. Do you really want love? Do you really want that journey? Take that journey. And there is no future for our race collectively. If we can find the beauty in everyone else, and the sophistication in everyone else, and the greatness in everyone else, but not one another. But yes, the homie Mac. Thumbs up, give me the likes. Thumbs up, give me the likes. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Subscribe to the YouTube channel 82 Kings. This world, it was literally created off of black love. Black love has pushed society forward. We need more black love. Each one teach one, piece of love. It's the homie Mac. Mac, signing out from the Dogon. Thumbs up, give me the likes.